Chickering 7 Vectors by Amy Trahan, a story of a supervisor and her student workers. Vector 1, Developing Competence. This vector includes developing intellectual, physical and manual, and interpersonal competence. The example here is the supervisor instructed the student worker to conduct a meeting, but the student is not good at oral communication and finds himself feeling a little bit uncomfortable discussing budgets, fearing that he may provide inaccurate information. This leads to Vector 2, Managing Emotions, which involves developing the ability to recognize and accept emotions, as well as to appropriately express and control them. The student worker presented inaccurate information at a meeting and was depressed, then wanted to quit. He has to learn how to deal with his emotions. Vector 3, Moving through autonomy to interdependence. This vector includes developing increased emotional independence, which means achieving emotional and instrumental autonomy, while still relying on others for support. The student worker becomes a right hand to the supervisor and conducts staff meeting on his own. Moving on to Vector 4, Developing Mature Interpersonal Relationships. This vector includes the development of intercultural and interpersonal tolerance and appreciation of differences. The example here is that the student worker begins to view the supervisor as a real person and potential friend. Which moves on to Vector 5, Establishing Identity. This vector includes the development of comfort with body, appearance, gender, and sexual orientation, as well as cultural heritage and a clear self-concept. The student worker becomes comfortable enough to share his ethnic heritage and religious beliefs at work. Then moving on to Vector 6, Developing Purpose. This vector includes the development of a clear educational and vocational goals, making lifestyle choices, and establishing strong interpersonal commitments. The student worker decides they want to be a CPA just like the supervisor. They have found their sense of purpose. Then moving on to Vector 7, Developing Integrity. This vector includes humanizing and personalizing values. The example here is that the student worker witnesses falsification of documentation and immediately reports it to the supervisor. He has an understanding of the values and behavior which truly signifies integrity in the profession that he seeks. Thank you.